Hey everybody, welcome back. It is another episode of DADCAST, and I am JP. That guy is Nick Martin. Hello, Nick.
Dude, I'm good. You didn't even ask me how I was.
It's been a while. We're a little bit out of practice,
I know,
right?
we got to get some practice going.
It's over 100 episodes in, and here we are on location with a local friend, and we're assuming Father. We'll get to him shortly, but it's been literally months since we've been on location.
Yeah, probably it's like 6 months.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
So today, if you can see behind me, we are at Tandem. Is it Tandem Home Furniture?
Just
No, Tandem Home, your partner in furniture with Mr. Dan Shaddox, the man, the myth. He's the owner. He's a friend of ours. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. This has become a bucket list thing to be here talking with you guys. And,
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate that.
Sure.
And we'll see how your opinion is once we're done, though.
He's going to be like, fuck, I wish Joe Rogan showed up.
So we are in the beautiful brand new location here in Medford, Southern Oregon, Tandem Home. First off, congratulations, man. This place is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell me about this place real quick before I get into the nitty gritty of being a dad.
Yeah, this is 26 years in the making. I've been in the business that long, and it's always been the dream. The final destination of my career has been to own a furniture store. And so we toured this building back in late May of 2022 when it was still D&S Harley. They were in here temporarily before they opened their new facility, and it just was perfectly suited to what we were trying to do. And we were able to sign the lease and get going and find some excellent supplier partners, and rounded up a few key people to run this business with us. And here we are today. So it's a pretty incredible thing. It's like a dream come true. Hasn't even really sunk in yet.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited for you. Like I said, this place is gorgeous.
It's awesome.
And I'm also really, really stoked. I mean, when Nick told us that you were going to partner with us and I had my choice of any couch out here before we left, I thought that was just wow.
It's not easy getting JP to go on location.
So that wasn't true, is what you're saying?
No, I totally made that up. I had to get you out of the house.
Yeah, where's Joe Rogan?
Dan, I got hoodwinked.
I'm sure we could work something out.
Now, maybe I'll just take a glass of water.
Okay.
We'll call it even. All right, man. So the rite of passage, you've been watching this show. Yeah. You know what's coming. The first question that we truly ask on here that is of real importance is, are you a dad?
I am a dad.
Talk to us about that journey, man. How many names?
Yeah.
Have they won any awards? All the good stuff.
I've been a dad for 19 years. I've got a 19-year-old daughter. I've got a 7-year-old daughter, and I've got a 5-year-old son.
Wow. So there's got a big gap there.
Yeah. We got back on the horse recently, and although each one was not a planned adventure, and it's been the best thing that's happened to us each and every time, and so very grateful for them, and they make life important. So
19, 7, and 5?
19, 7, and 5.
So wow, you got a 12-year gap between. Was my math right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and 12 years in, you forget everything that you did before, and it's even between my daughter, who's 7, and 5-year-old son. Any lesson we thought we learned that we could use and apply, it doesn't apply. I think
that's true, Nick?
Oh, dude, 100%. I was 2 years, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, why?
Right.
Dan, are you currently in your 19-year-old daughter? Is she still in? Did you ever enter the? They don't like you. They want the separation, because I've noticed it's about 13 to 22, 23.
Sure.
Are you in the midst of that right now, and is it going very well?
Well, we're coming out of the backside of not being a big heroine fan anymore for Kaylee. She's our 19-year-old. And, I came into her life when she was 14 months old. So she's my stepdaughter, and it was an amazing journey with her. And, things tend to go off the rails a little bit, and you, especially without practice, I think you try a little bit too hard to be an authority. And so I made some missteps, and I vowed not to make those same mistakes again this time.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I'm doing a great job at that, certainly being purposely present with them and trying to be more understanding, but I think you just need to show love, and so we're doing as much of that as we can, of course, and it's its own reward.
It's hard though, ain't it?
Man? It is, yeah.
I was telling Nick, he got to witness it firsthand.
I wish you would have FaceTimed
yesterday.
Me. That would have been
awesome.
My
son, he's 12. He'll be 13 in August. I know we are on the threshold of the big P word. His demeanor, his attitude, his everything has changed. And the biggest, and I'm sorry, son, this is DADCAST. This is where we get together with other dads to talk about being dads, our problems, our triumphs, and how to get through them. So I'm sorry I'm throwing you under the bus. You'll appreciate this one day. His biggest thing right now is accepting accountability, big or small, and being responsible for those actions.
Yeah.
And getting him to understand, and he's a good kid. He's always been a really good kid, never, misbehaved more than an average kid, but I'll tell you what, the past couple of months, and it's getting worse and worse every single day. It doesn't matter what it is. I could catch him in a bold-faced lie, like literally watch him when he's not seeing me, do something that isn't right, and then call him on it, and he's like, I didn't do it.
Yeah, right. That wasn't me.
It's like, what are you talking about, kid? and the struggle right now is trying to get him to learn and take accountability for it, that it's going to make you a better man. It's going to make you a great dad. It's all these things. You don't want to lie your way through life, and trying to navigate that right now is my biggest problem.
Sure.
So, any advice, gentlemen?
No.
The honesty thing is probably the most important daily thing I'm trying to instill in my kids. I tell them all the time, and nearly every day, that the truth is going to help me a lot more, and you're not going to get in trouble for the truth. Where, no matter how bad the thing is that you're scared to tell me, I need to know those things, and it's okay. As long as you're telling the truth, I'll forgive you.
Right. No matter what the horrible thing that you think in your head is, the truth is way, because the lie you're starting off on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
Now I'm already angry on top of what you did to begin with, and
it's hard to earn trust back for sure.
It is a struggle. It is. I got a shirt somewhere that says it's the hardest job you'll ever love.
Yeah,
and we are in the throes of it, and that's not even in to talk about my little baby girl who's starting to show flashes of that independence.
Ooh,
Avery's, it's little flashes. It's more so with mom. Ooh, but
nice.
it's God help me.
Yeah,
God help us all.
Yeah.
Just getting through this. So take us back, man. 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Since you weren't there for the birth, I'm assuming, of your oldest daughter.
Right.
Emotions. When you found out you were going to be a dad.
Yeah.
That time.
Yeah.
Can you recall that day?
Not as well as the third time around. So I have very faint memories of when I found out that Chrissy was pregnant with Breland, my daughter. But on her second Christmas, she came running down the hall with a shirt that read, "Graduating to Big Sister 2017."
And was that when you found out?
That's when I found out that my son, that she was pregnant with my son. So that is a very vivid memory on Christmas Day, which was, it was a lot of fun. It's a cool way to find out that you're gonna be a dad again.
Mm-hmm. Was your reaction good for the wife?
You have to ask her.
Okay.
My memory is just perfect. It was amazing. I did an amazing job to make it.
Because on my third, my lady did pretty much the same thing. She wrapped a present with 2 itty bitty bitty pink shoes and the what's it? The picture.
The sonogram?
Is that what it's called?
Maybe.
The ultrasound.
Ultrasound.
You just had a baby. How can you not know these things?
I haven't slept in 4 weeks.
We're going to touch on that here in a minute.
It's awful.
Right.
So that gift was the ultrasound picture and 2 shoes and
That's
pink.
cool.
And she was all excited, had a camera set up on the phone, and I'm like, all right, what's going on here? And I open it up, and I was just, wide-eyed. It was not the reaction she was hoping for.
Sure.
Now, don't get me wrong, I was very, very excited and happy about it, but that initial reaction, I'm still hearing about that one. Were you in the room for any of the births of your children?
Both. Yeah.
Okay, how was that for you?
That was intense. When Breland was born, we had
prefer it be in a hospital, but that's cool.
Well, yeah, we had a full room. We had brothers and sisters and her mom and dad and
family gatherings.
It was kind of crazy. Yeah. So you're on display, So it was, but it's hard not to focus on anything but the fact that you're about to be a dad, you know. And so, but that was a long. That first night when the whole family was there, it was a long night because it was 3 more days until Breland was born. So It was a very lengthy labor, and that sticks with me as a pretty solid memory. By day 3, I was trying to hang in there, but I'm taking naps in between, so I'm feeling like a big failure when she's just laying there, and so.
This is the part of the show where I lean back and let you two take over and talk.
So real quick though, it's following someone else. I don't.
Well, that's just weird.
Yeah, it doesn't like me. That's cool. Whatever. Yeah, no, for mine, this time we decided nobody in the room. It just us. Mm-hmm. So it was like really, really cool. Because like my other kids, it was like all family. So weird. It's like, man, like this is kind of a special thing. And
sure. Yeah.
So yeah, the last two, it's like, okay, it's just going to be me and the wife. That's it. And then, like, as the baby's coming out, I'm like, ooh, maybe I should have, like, the mother-in-law or something, because this is a lot to handle. So,
sure, a little bit of help.
Yeah, so with Sophie, we let her mom come in, and, like, right at the end, we're like, hey, come on up and help out a little bit. And
yeah,
so
yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So did she have a C-section this time? Or?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Natural birth?
Just natural, yeah.
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 Epidural?
Yeah.
See, I know all these things. I'm like, oh, did she?
I know, yeah. No, she was like going to be all tough. Be like, no, I don't want the epidural. I'm like, babe, you want the epidural.
Yeah.
You're not nice when you don't have the epidural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she got the epidural, and then they accidentally put a hole in her spine. So she had like a little leak going on for a while. And the next day after the baby was born, I'm hanging out, and all of a sudden all these doctors come in, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? They kick me and the baby out in the hall. And in the hospital, you can't pick the baby up in the hall. So I'm like standing there with a baby in a little bassinet, screaming baby. All these nurses are like, what a bad dad.
Yeah.
There's signs. I can't pick the baby. What am I supposed to do?
That's wild.
So they're doing the blood patch on the wife, and then she couldn't help out with anything for like 24 hours because you can't move. And
yeah.
So the first day and a half was really rough.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to share, when Breland was born, she was on a Mercy flight that same day up to Portland. She was born with cystic fibrosis, and they didn't know that until she was born, and they could do an ultrasound and see she had a blockage in her lower intestine.
Oh man!
So that was just an intense thing after being mostly awake for 3-4 days, and then for that, and then you're faced with all these decisions. Do you go on the flight? Do you stay with your wife? Do you who's going to do what? So yeah, that was a whirlwind of just a unique experience.
Right.
And I share it more for any dads that want to reach out to me at Tandem Home that have a child that's been born with cystic fibrosis. I've got a lot of experience there, and I'd love to chat with you guys and help out if I can. So
yeah,
there you go.
So what happened? Did you go on the flight, or did you?
I didn't. I mean, I had to stay with Chrissy so she could be discharged. And when I've shared that story, you get some judgment. Why didn't you go? There was nothing I could do on that flight for Breland.
It's such a hard decision too. You're like my 2-year-old ended up in the NICU, and it was like it was right in the middle of COVID, so I couldn't go, and so we had to make a decision: do I go or does she go?
Yeah.
And so it was you got to.
Yep.
Just kind of go with the flow, and
we just kind of
hope you make the right decision. And
yeah. I think it was because then I was able to get her discharged, get in the car, and go up and be together up there. So we needed each other as much as she needed us, and we needed all us all together. So yep.
So both of you starting out the journey and with one of your children rough.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Everything good now?
Oh, everything's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw the kids the other. I've known Dan for 20-something years.
Yep.
And like I knew Dan before kids.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Did you know
Different
Nick
guy.
before kids?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, no. Did I?
No, you didn't. I had one when we
Yeah.
first met.
Okay.
I wasn't.
I never knew, I'd go to your house and there's always toys and kids everywhere. So I thought you were running a daycare there. For
daycare, yeah.
Speaking of the tandem daycare room right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Saying.
Not a bad idea. This is going to be the kid, teen, and dad cave. So we're going to get theater seating set up in here and a little low table with the wooden trains, and maybe some video games in here. So
nice.
Yeah.
I'm in.
But
All
yeah,
right.
to answer your question, we were different guys back then. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Different how?
There's a lot of Jägermeister involved.
Who was Dan Shaddox pre-dad?
Yeah, I grew up in Chico. It was a party town. I was in a fraternity. And
Paradise Apartments.
Yeah. Oh, man. Hello.
I spent some time or two in Chico.
Yeah.
Is the Paradise Apartments where so my buddy went there, and I was a senior. He was graduated 2 years prior to me. So I'm literally going as a senior in high school and partying in Chico, and I thought I was all at because I'm a senior, and nope. I get there and see, I didn't even understand what the definition of what a party was until I got there. But there's a group of apartments. They're all scattered about. buildings with trees and grass in the center. Is that the Paradise? Because that's the only thing I remember. But
Yeah.
it was a huge place where a lot of students lived.
There is a lot of apartment complexes just like that.
Okay.
There was a place pretty famous called the Zoo, and it was like that. It had a pool in the center and probably 250 different apartments just surrounding that, and that place would just get completely packed.
Yeah.
And there was no movement, there was no cars. You don't get in or out. You're just either there or
So
you're
enough
not.
said. He went to Chico. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad you survived that.
Somehow.
What was your major?
Guardian Angels. Partying.
Partying. Advanced sandbox. Okay. Yes.
I left after the first year and I went to Southern California to work for my uncle's furniture store. And so that's where my whole journey began with furniture.
Right.
I had so much fun doing that, and it was so rewarding, satisfying, working with people, made a good living, and it just never needed to be anything more than that. So it stuck me into the industry, and I love it.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And what's your son's name?
Camden.
Camden. Is Camden going to take over the reins as furniture guy one day, or
Both my kids are just huge promoters of the business. They always want the business cards. If you
Right.
go back and you pick them up from my school or from their school, all the teachers will tell you, "Oh, so Tandem Home." So they tell the story. They're out there broadcasting for us. They're huge supporters.
Now, obviously, we won't name your competitors in the valley here, but there's two that I can think of right now that have such good quality, unique, witty commercials that you see on TV.
Right.
Have you thought about entering in the foray of advertising?
Oh, sure.
I'm not trying to sell you.
Only
by
if
the
you
way.
use your hands.
Right? Because I use my hands a lot. For the record, I do. We need to come up with something that is on par or better, or even as
Totally agree.
Like Slash makes fun of in a good way.
Yeah.
And I know you got a daughter, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and a son. Incorporate them because everyone loves a family. I don't know, just thoughts to come out loud when I'm doing a podcast, but that would be good. That would be
You got to
good.
be careful though. Like the furniture game here is weird. The owners are very, very cutthroat, and like if you step on their toes, even like jokingly or like not thinking you're doing something wrong,
Right.
it could be the end of the world for you.
Yeah.
I think that's with any business around here. I've become to
it's
see.
it's really it's really strange. Like nobody wants to work together.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants to work against each other.
I've always found that to be a weird thing, and not just in this area, this market. Everywhere I've ever been, it's always been a competition thing where there can't be a network of friends in the same type
Right.
of business, where I think that'd be just like, that's my utopia.
Yeah.
I don't focus too much on anything but our store experience and our guests and our products and how it looks and how it feels, because I think when it's genuine and we're coming across that way, that's the magic that people want to be a part of. And so
Right.
I do have 1,000 ideas for commercials. I think probably 995 are dumb, but we'll go with the five, try them all out. And if the 5 stick, then I'm going to just continue on with that path.
There you go. Well, if you need a guy to help film it at no cost,
Oh man, done.
I'll take care of you.
Well, there's your couch.
See, you read my mind. All right, that one. Okay, anywho, I wish y'all could see. I mean, maybe we'll do a tour when we're done here. In fact, I'm gonna take that camera right there when we're done this podcast, and I'm gonna do a quick sweep of this store.
Oh, I'd love that.
Because we get lots of views, and I doubt some guy in Japan's gonna fly all the way out here by a couch, but
You never know.
on the local peeps who love us and love this show. Tandem Home, man, you got to come check it out. It's located in basically like Fred Meyer South parking lot, right next to the rink. Across the street from the
Subway, Pizza Hut.
breakfast place.
There's a breakfast place.
Oh yeah, IHOP's right there.
Oh, Elmer's is opening up right
Elmer's
over
is
here.
opening up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's still not the one I'm looking for, but with the big shop in it. It's right there. I'm looking right at it.
Oh, Cracker Barrel?
Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
in that area. Okay.
Sorry.
Whew, that took way too much
breakfast
time.
I thought it was like a comfort food, like soup and salad.
It could be.
It's Southern cooking.
Okay.
Cracker Barrel is not a sponsor, but we'd love you.
We love food, so there's that.
fried okra.
What has been for you, Dan, if you can even come up with something, if you were to, pinpoint one thing that's been most difficult for you when it comes to being a dad in your journey so far, what is it?
Well, so the fact that my kids still think I'm a superhero and that they believe in me more than probably I believe in myself, keeping up with that expectation, that's probably the most challenging thing. But it's also the best part of being a dad for me because it keeps me up to whatever standard they're setting for me. So when I get up in the morning, if I decide to be, if I decide to go work out or if I decide to be a lazy bum, I go work out for them, And so that would probably be the biggest challenge is just meeting their expectations.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, he comes home wearing tights every day and a cape. That would be hard to keep up with, you know?
Yeah, when I was working for one of the best furniture stores in the area for the last 16 years, and I was the manager there, and so they got to come with me after hours, and I'd unlock the store, and we'd run around in there, and they just thought it was the coolest thing. They knew I was the boss, and so they put me on a pedestal, and they just looked up to me. And then I hadn't been working for the last 9 months just putting this business together. Mm-hmm. And so I think I lost a lot of what they really saw great at me. and the first day that I got the keys, there's a video on our Facebook page of key day. And so I let them turn the keys and run inside, and just the craziness in their voice and how excited they were to be running through a store again. I mean, that was, for me, it was one of the biggest days I've had in recent memory. So,
bam.
That's awesome.
I guess that answers my second question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Now, flip side, that's the tough part. What's been the best part of being a dad for you?
I'm the morning parent, and so
ditto.
Yeah, I love to see them come down the hall, and they love to see me because I always act surprised and completely thrilled that they're there again that next morning. And so that whole routine that we have, they don't see it as a routine. They're just like, there's our dad, he loves us, and he's again excited to see us. That's the best part of my day.
That's awesome.
Right.
I love it.
Nick?
Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot. Ask a question.
Ask a question. Oh, man.
It's easy. Paper or plastic?
Do we get to choose
TV?
plastic anymore?
No, you don't get to choose anything anymore.
Yeah.
Everything's chosen for us.
It's evolving there.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, no, I was just thinking back on all the crazy stuff we did. I remember one night at that same
Story
furniture
time
store
with Dadcast.
Here we go.
with some Jägermeister, and then I lost my job the next day.
What happened that night?
I
Was this one of those naked in the field waking
no,
up?
so like drinking used to be okay at the stores back in the day.
yeah.
And we forgot to lock the doors. Somebody's friends came in and wanted to buy some furniture, and I was like, "Hey, let's go sell some furniture."
Yeah,
and I was a little rosy cheeked and smelling like Jägermeister, and
After hours?
it was
It was right there at.
It was right on the cusp.
Is 5:30 after 6?
Yeah, I don't know. We were like 5 bottles of Jaeger in.
5:30 p.m. is definitely after 6 a.m.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
true.
remember coming
That
back and sorry, Nick, we're gonna have to let you go.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah,
That was a sad day.
I'm like, well, but everybody was. I just chose to help the customer.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you being the scapegoat there.
Yeah.
you can't be working a shit face, man.
No, well, I wasn't that bad. I mean, I could barely walk down the stairs, but I wasn't that bad.
It was
It was that bad.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not going to ask Dan about any stories that will incriminate him as a upstanding business owner.
That's
here
right. I've never
in
done
Southern Oregon.
anything wrong.
Dan has like gotten me out of trouble so many times. Like,
Yeah?
it's been crazy. Like good times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of good memories.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, Nick, I'm about to ask controversial questions.
Let's
here.
do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, let's go.
Not sure I want to do that. We don't need controversy here, but sometimes we do. Okay, I'll make it broad. No funny jokes there. Dan, we're shifting away from Dad for just a moment.
Okay.
And I'm curious, in making this very broad for you, broad strokes, so we don't have to get, you'll see. How do you feel about the state of our glorious United States right now? I don't mean
Here's what
who
I-
our president is. I don't mean who,
Sure.
just the way society and everything is. What's your take?
I'm actually pretty positive about things because I think there's a lot that's now on the table for people to see. I think we're on a swing to the positive. Because
God,
I think
I hope so.
Well, I think awareness is important, and the fact that it's all out there and you can start to make decisions. And I think we're starting to group together as one unified against some crazy concepts and ideas. I really feel that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I totally disagree.
You do?
Yeah. I don't know. I think COVID ruined us. I think it divided us so much and like it brought out so much anger, and we're still seeing that anger of just people hating people for
No good reason.
Yeah, no good reason.
Sure.
You choose to wear a mask in the store. Still to this day.
Yeah.
Well, cool. It's your business. Do what you do.
Yeah.
I hate people that are rude about it.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
But now you can see them now. Now it's so we're not seeing things for the first time anymore.
Right.
I think there's just a better awareness than there was a year ago, and I think with that awareness, I think we're going to improve.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'd like to bring up something very sad too for you guys. Today is Monday. It is a Monday.
Yeah.
It is a day after the first Sunday with no football in 2023.
I love it.
Hey, spring training's coming though. So
yeah,
pitchers and catchers have
That's
reported.
right.
Are you a sports fan?
I'm not a football fan.
Are you a sports fan?
I am a sports fan.
So what's your go-to sport?
So I love tennis.
Okay, you would love our friend Bill Ryder. He's a morning talk show host. He has a radio show called Ryder Than You on CBS Sports Radio. He's really, really good at tennis.
Okay,
and he's one of the only DJs who has a radio show that's sports talk that I hear him talk about tennis more than he should, I think.
Okay.
Or more than anyone else really does. But that's cool, man. Tennis,
Yeah.
I dig it. I'm a ping pong guru.
I love ping. I can play ping pong. I cannot play tennis. I can't.
I'm all about that Wii tennis.
That's pretty good too. Yeah. No, I like any sport that there's action nonstop. So basketball's getting pretty close. There's still a lot of breaks in basketball, but football, I just don't have the patience to sit there and watch. Baseball is like, oh my God, help me.
I love baseball. Like I love going to the games. I could sit there all day.
Yeah.
You heard there. Oh man, here we go. We're transitioning into sports talk. I can dig it. So there's. I listen to sports talk radio all the time. And my kids, Dad, just when we're in the car, can you please put on music? But that's another story for another time.
Music was good. Yes,
they are implementing new rules and trying out some crazy rules in the minor leagues right now. Example: they are incorporating, I hear, robotic for the pitches. So there'll be an ump back there, but it's going to be like accurate now.
Okay.
And the time it takes when you're going up to bat, I think there's like a play clock now they have to abide by. So the games are going to be much more fast paced for the fan.
Sweet.
An average of a 3.5 hour baseball game, they said would be about 2 hours 45 minutes. So they're decreasing the amount of time. We'll see how that goes, but I'm excited.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's I'm always applied if it's not broke, no need to fix it. But that was broke. Sometimes it takes too long.
Right. So I'm gonna go off the rails, jump back into controversy.
Oh,
spy balloons. What's your take?
Okay.
We've shot down 5.
Okay, of the 5, 3 of them I believe, and don't quote me, okay? This isn't fact here on DADCAST, but I've read, and everything on the internet is true.
That's right.
That a couple of them were actual like drone / balloon that they're like being tested by businesses. They literally called the FBI and were like, so that was our balloon and you shot it down and you spent $18 million in gas to get that plane up there to fire it away.
That's what I was.
And everyone is, there's our legitimate, that one that we read was legitimate.
The first one.
But all the other ones they're reporting, I hear, are just,
Well, I read
some kid with a drone, doing a experiment.
Yeah.
I read that too. It didn't have like any functional flying stuff. They just were there.
Okay. Are we talking aliens?
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's talk about aliens.
I'm thinking Rogan is onto something here. And
okay.
Yeah.
What, man?
I don't know. It's just kind of strange. It's like, why do we have a Chinese spy craft flying over America for a week before we shoot it down? And then all of a sudden there's other ones.
Sure. Yeah.
I saw something very interesting when it came to aliens recently, and it goes against. It's the other side of the argument for me. I've always applied myself to I'll tell you right off the bat. I am not a religious man. I'm a spiritual guy. Mm-hmm. I don't not believe, but I don't necessarily believe. I believe in the fact that I don't know, and if you tell me you do know, you're right. You don't. I'm sorry. No one's going to convince me, but. It's neither here nor there. When it comes to aliens, I've always thought it would be very naive of me to think that we are alone here in this gigantic thing called life in space.
Right.
With all it's mind-blowing, and it hurts the brain to think about how big everything out there is. So it would be naive to think that there isn't.
Agreed.
Then I saw this article, and I can't get down to the nitty-gritty of it. I wish I remembered and I could explain it very well, but it basically, guy described it that if there was other life out there, it would take too long for them to show up here, even with like crazy technology and light speed type things. We're talking millions of years. It'd be a waste of their time. And if they had the age of the universe, they would have already showed up multiple times by now. And because it hasn't happened yet, he believes that we are just this anomaly of perfect conditions that spawned life.
Yeah.
I read it and went, oh, it hurts to think.
But there has been proof, though, of alien life form throughout the years.
Man-made proof.
Is it, though?
Again, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just hope they're cool. And,
Exactly.
dude, give us a cool new Xbox. That would be
Right.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, a cure for cancer.
Yeah.
And maybe, a book on how to get along. I mean,
Yeah.
why are we fighting over land and religion? Man, we're getting crazy. Dan Shaddox, before I walked in today, I did not believe we'd be talking about aliens, religion, politics, or anything. And it's all my fault. I apologize. Hope you're having a good time
I
today.
think it's fascinating. I watch Ancient Aliens, and
Yeah.
I'm a believer. I think
love it.
Yeah.
I believe in Bigfoot.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
I'm right there with our
Do
buddy.
we need to call?
That one's hard to. Yeah.
I don't know. I almost went out to his talk
Yeah.
in Cave Junction because it's apparently he's got
You
proof.
can Greg. It's okay. You could mention his name.
I wanted to go to his talk and see Greg talk about Bigfoot and hear about how it came up behind him and breathed on his neck and
Right.
caressed him and whatever else happened.
I don't think the caressing happened. I'm sorry, Greg.
I like to think it did.
Okay.
But anyway, if I were there, it would have happened.
Yes. Well, you look like Bigfoot. Actually, you're Littlefoot, but that's
Yeah, I'm like a midget foot.
yes.
So, and yes, I believe there is Bigfoot. I believe that they're out there.
This guy right here. I'm gonna take you back when we're done here to episode 2.
Okay.
Episode 2 with Greg Roberts, a friend of ours. He runs RogueWeather.com. He's a big believer. Yada yada. Nick, you do not believe then. You did not believe then, and I have outtakes to prove it.
But following him along for the last 2 years, I'm starting to believe a little bit more. Kind of like this much.
Bigfoot, aliens. Let's get back to dads.
Okay.
Let's get back on dad
I'm sure
talk.
Bigfoots make babies.
Where are they then?
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. There's no Bigfoot.
I hate you guys. There's no DADCAST now.
Oh, well, there definitely is that, and I can prove it hundreds of times over.
Yes.
So
Man-made proof.
my daughter is 9 years old, Dan. She'll be 10 in May. She's in 4th grade, and it is Monday. I haven't seen her since Friday. That may be strange sounding for a little girl. I've seen her through FaceTime, et cetera, but all she wants to do is stay the night at friend's house. Every weekend, anywhere she can be where it's not at home. And she doesn't make it sound like that. Home is not a bad place. Home is a great place.
Oh, I'm sure.
She just really likes to hang out with friends. And I'm having problems with it because I only get so many weekends in our lifetime. And this is now 3 consecutive. And I figured with a 3-day weekend, I'd at least get her last night.
I want your life.
And she lives at home, by the way. We don't share kids. This is you want my life?
I do.
You want them gone?
I haven't slept in 4 weeks.
You'll get over it. Remember how short of a period of time this is.
She is super cute. Like
I haven't even met her yet.
I know. Like we were going to bring her down, but then my Daniel's sister showed up and from Arkansas, so that was a whole ordeal.
This week. But
Yeah, actually,
you'll get the sleep,
You'll meet
man.
her at the Hive.
And just, again, cherish them, man.
Yeah. But
She's
then they
she's
turn.
not even gone. I'm
Dude,
not even out of town. And I haven't seen my girl
Then they
since
turn
Friday.
2 and they start talking back.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
When I don't remember when the terrible 2s end, or if they end.
Yeah, we had interesting 3s more than terrible 2s, and yeah. But I remember I couldn't wait until Cam could talk because Breland was really just talking to us all the time, and it was great, fine, whatever. But we just were excited for her to have somebody else to talk to that was on her level or just right there, So, but then you're right. Once they learn how to talk, then they don't stop.
No, it never, ever. It doesn't. Even when they're sleeping, they still talk.
So yeah, the 3 weekends in a row. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's like Friday night, she'll stay at Mimi's grandma's with mom, and Saturday she'll be at a friend's house, and I'll get her Sunday night when she comes home at 6 p.m. but has to be in bed at 8:30.
Yeah,
and it's like, and that, again, that's tonight.
Yeah,
it's 2:00 as we record this thing, and I said you better be home by by 3:30. So that's when Papa's going to be home, give or take. And you are, I don't care. We have to sit on the couch and eat popcorn and watch whatever YouTube that you choose. We're in. At least it ain't Coco Melon, bro.
Oh no, we're done with that.
Yes.
We're on Cars now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It was the first 65 times.
What did your little boy, he's 5.
Yeah.
Actually, backup question. How is screen time handled in your home?
It's they don't really. I mean, they love to watch their tablets. We've got Disney Plus. We've got Netflix that they can watch. The
Right.
YouTube. There's just so much there that although it's like scheduled to be young audiences, there's a lot of just aggressive conversation and words like dumb and shut up are on. It's like so no YouTube. We're just off the YouTube period. If they want to watch something, it's age appropriate Netflix or Disney Plus.
All right. And what's your boy's favorite thing to watch growing up?
He likes zombies. Anything Halloween. I don't know why we got on this Halloween shtick, but it's like they could watch Halloween stuff all year long.
Didn't he just say I think zombies like worse than dumb and shut up.
Yeah.
But
you ever watched Super Simple Songs with your kids and they have a Halloween theme, just a bunch of
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by zombies. All there's and that's all on YouTube, and we just don't watch that stuff anymore. But it sticks, and that's always been his favorite thing is the zombie songs. And cars. I mean, I'm a car nerd myself, and so he likes anything that can do a burnout.
Nice. See, I messed up and found Coco Melon.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago. And yeah, it was Coco Melon all day for a year and a half. And then finally, he's like, cars, these are cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah. His sister gets to
165 times later. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Breland usually decides what to watch, and so he does watch a lot of, Frozen and stuff like that just by Yeah, right.
Yeah, he actually picked out Encanto the other night.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is different.
Yeah.
This is cool.
It's a good flick.
It's great.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
what did we watch the other night that was... No, my son. Dad, can Avery watch Scream with me?
Yo.
Yeah.
No.
No.
You can't watch it. But you should be asking if you can watch it first. Why are you asking if your baby sister? No. And why do you want to watch Scream? It's friggin' February. I don't understand.
Sophie's into Rocky.
Okay.
Like, that calms her down. It's so weird. Like,
Yo.
we'll stay up late, and she'll be fussy. I'll throw on Rocky. All of a sudden, she's just like laying there, just watching Sylvester Stallone beat the shit out of people. And I'm like, yes, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you try something different by any chance?
We try. Well, she watches The Challenge. So I was texting TJ Lavin the other day. I'm like, dude, check it out. My little girl loves you. Like she loves you. Like your voice soothes her. It's kind of weird. And he said,
I can't wait to meet her.
Yes,
and
it
give her
was.
that JP voice.
Yeah. She is so
Hello,
small.
Sophie.
I mean,
she's tiny.
It's just been a long time since
Yeah, you haven't met her yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't met her.
What
I
happened?
just imagine she's so small.
Yeah, sorry.
Did I miss something?
You did. I came by. I had Soph with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chrissy was here, and like Chrissy's like, I need to hold the baby. And I'm like, okay, there.
I can't believe JP hasn't met you.
I know I suck, dude. I am like the worst friend ever.
Well, but that script can be flipped. I haven't made the trip up there yet.
All right.
And the trip up there, it's like going to Grants Pass is terrible or something.
I don't even remember what we were.
We
We were down here for something, and it was like a real quick.
Yeah, and you were
in.
supposed to come by. You can give me
No,
something.
it
or
wasn't
whatever.
that day.
Oh, well, then there's been multiple times where he's failed.
No,
You're right.
there was only one time I
You're
had.
right.
Sophie.
You are a terrible friend.
I suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when do I get to meet this girl?
She'll be at the Hive for a minute.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
We'll
she
see.
will.
No, the snow.
Oh yeah, unless
that-
we get 8 inches.
is
of
that
snow.
this Friday?
That's this. Yeah, you're coming, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 to 9.
Yeah, you're on the
It's on
list.
my calendar.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Apparently. Now, when this podcast drops and you actually get to see it, the event we are speaking of here will have long passed us by, but they are predicting 2017 levels of snow.
Although I'm going to give Greg Roberts credit though. Like, so the last one, like a week and a half ago, he was right. He was right on 100%.
Yeah.
This one, he's saying there's only a 5% possibility. So I'm kind of hoping.
I think you haven't looked at it recently.
I looked at it 3 hours ago.
Okay. Well, here, look, it's still up.
Oh.
Here, you ready?
I just let you. Are you on Greg's page?
Yes.
Okay. Did he change it?
1 hour ago. Here we go. 1,500 feet, which is where we're at right now.
Right.
Everything's going to get pounded.
You said pounded.
Worst case scenario. God, you're so juvenile sometimes, man. Bottom line, the valley floors where we're at could see upwards of 5 to 6 inches, most likely 3 or 4 that's going to stick. And that's just tomorrow night. Wednesday morning,
I didn't know it was
snow
gonna be that
levels
much.
drop.
That used to be my pickup line.
Snow levels drop to sea level. It's going to be ridiculous. And literally the one that got me, travel.
Yeah.
Any of the passes. If you want to go south past Ashland, not happening. You want to go past Grants Pass?
Not happening.
Not happening.
Wow.
And even travel from here to where we're getting to in Grants Pass could be ridiculously slow and painful and weird.
Well, if we get that much snow, they're not going to land the plane. So
Sure.
that would just be terrific. And here's to hoping everything goes off.
I know. I think we win either way because it's been 3 years since we've had any snow that sticks on the valley floor. But I would also
That
love to
snicky snow.
Snicky
It's crazy.
snow. I mean, really, it's usually a dusting, and then it goes
Yeah.
away by 10 o'clock in the
Right.
morning, and so
I wouldn't mind it. I wish it wouldn't happen this week because we got a lot of stuff going on with these shows. But
yeah.
yeah, and I really want this. I want the Hive show to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to be a cool one. Roseburg, I'm like, it's a 45-minute drive.
That one's gonna suck.
we shall see. Nick, have you put together a Fast Five for Dan Shaddox by any
Oh,
chance?
sure. Let's just we'll just go off of memory.
Okay. This is a segment. If you watch the show, Fast Five. Five quick
right.
questions.
First
you
one.
can take your time or you can do it quick. That is entirely up to you.
If you could have a billboard with anything on it, what would it be and why?
Oh, it would certainly
what
be.
happened to our TV?
Yeah, no, just raising awareness for cystic fibrosis. I mean, we're close to a cure. Science knows how to do it. Just takes money to get it done. So it'd be, let's find a cure for cystic fibrosis.
Cool. Favorite food to cook for your kids?
I am the breakfast king at my house, and so it's going to be, breakfast sandwiches and things like that, pancakes.
Do you
sausage.
make your own Egg McMuffin?
I do. Yeah.
My kids love it, and it's so simple. And I tell you what, it tastes better than any McDonald's you've ever had.
For sure. And those are amazing,
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's
the ones
all
at home
about
are even better.
The big secret is finding the proper patty.
Yeah, right. I wish I could figure out how to make a McGriddle because those things are pretty amazing.
Oh, smaller
It's-
pancakes.
Well, that
Yeah.
and it's like it's inserting the syrup into the pancake
Yep.
itself, so it's there. You're not like dripping syrup. You got like little syrup pockets.
yeah.
Yeah, got to invent that machine first.
Yeah, or steal one from McDonald's. Yeah, that's probably the easier way to do it.
I don't think so. I think that might be a felony too.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are you on? 2?
That was 2.
We already. Well, you've.
I do watch
Can
the
you
show.
imagine if he had to run this show?
I need to start drinking again. Oh my God, this is terrible.
I do watch the show, and I know the struggle is real with the Fast Five. So.
Yeah, it is real. Shit. You already asked 2 of my questions.
No, you asked them.
No.
For the record.
What's your favorite thing about being a dad? We already covered
Oh,
that.
right.
What do you hate about being? No, I'm just kidding.
We've already gone there too. All right. Are you
The pressure.
musically?
Yeah.
Are you more of a sports guy or more of a music guy?
Definitely more of a music guy.
Okay. What is in your car right now? What are you listening to? What is Dan Shaddox listening to right now?
Mostly country.
Okay.
And I do that more because I can listen to country no matter what it is my kids can be there listening to with me.
Did you see Stapleton's rendition of the
Oh
Star
my
Spangled
God,
Banner?
wow. Yeah, better than Whitney Houston's.
Oh, I had this
That's a
exact
bold statement, right?
I
argument
know,
with
but
my
I felt
lady.
that it was.
I would agree, but my lady would not. But she had a hard time trying to convince herself that she thought Whitney was. I think just because there's been so much time, I think time will tell.
Yeah.
And I think that will end up being the best rendition of that song ever. I mean, I was done. That ended. I'm like, we're good.
Yeah.
I don't care about this game. That
Yeah.
was woo-wee. And then Rihanna came on grabbing her crotch and smelling her fingers.
Yeah, I was like, whoa,
And,
what happened here?
Yeah. And while pregnant.
Yeah.
Bad Rihanna.
I know.
Rihanna's a bad look.
Yep.
If you want to come on the show and talk about it, we can.
We're in.
All right. Question, since he's not going to finish. One of my most important ones. This is the question. And then we can banter all we want afterwards. If you could impart one piece of wisdom to any dad or soon-to-be dad out there based off your experiences, what would it be?
It would be to embrace the suck, like welcome the challenge, and don't let it get you. It's easy to get your emotions up and to raise your voice and to bark and to be able. You got to figure out a way to fight that and talk in a calm manner, because I know that kids do exactly as what they see. And if you have kids that scream and yell, you've probably been screaming and yelling at them. So that's the best thing I can say to any parent to become, is to always just keep your calm. Power of the calm.
And in a rare part 2 of that question, in fact, it may be your first, Dan, how do you apply that?
Yeah, I don't have any wisdom for you there.
You know what I mean? Because I'm right there with you. I agree.
Yeah.
I do my best, but my best hasn't come forward a lot lately.
Yeah.
There's been raising a voice. I mean,
Yeah.
Sure.
He was witness to it
witnessed it,
last
yeah.
night, and it's happening so much that I'm losing my wits sometimes as a dad here on what to do. But
well, each and every
you've helped today. I'm going to go back today, and I'm going to make a conscious effort as soon as that anger starts welling up in me and the voice, because I got a pretty intimidating loud yell. I'm just going to talk.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I know that when I do...
'Cause I hate doing it so much.
It sucks. So
and
when
the
you,
reaction, it hurts them. I don't want to hurt them.
Well, circle back and go apologize. You know, you
Yeah.
got to be a big man about that and say, hey, you know what? That was not good. I'm really sorry. I should have never done that. So it gives you opportunity to be apologetic, and they can learn from that too. You know.
There you go. Wise words from Dan Shaddox, owner
Exactly.
of Tandem Home. I'm pointing at the TV that is no longer on.
It timed out, but we never do. We never
What is
rest.
it? What was the tagline underneath it? Tandem Home.
Your partner in furniture.
Okay, I read future when I first walked in. I'm like, dude, my partner in the future. Nick's gonna be screwed.
That's good.
And then I said, oh, furniture. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. Well, I didn't do this episode in a part 1 and part 2, so this is going to end up being one long, good episode. Nick, do you have anything you would like to add before we wrap this thing up?
Oh, man, I'm good.
Okay, well, one last time, if you're still here, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Again, we're a little bit out of practice when it comes to in-person, but I think it went well. All right?
Yeah, no, I had a great
Did you have a good time?
Oh, fantastic.
One more time, let's tell everyone about Tandem Furniture.
Yeah.
And where they can get it, social media stuff, plug it, websites, all that good stuff. This is your moment.
Yeah, so tandemhome.net. Check that out. Our Facebook page is up, at Your Furniture Partner. And Jesse at JPS Computers has been fantastic. He's getting our Twitter, our YouTube, and our Instagram going. So thank you, Jesse. You're fantastic. Alex, you too. And we are here hitting the sweet spot in furniture, which is where you get better quality things, but you don't have to spend a fortune to do it. I think that's been severely lacking in the Rogue Valley for houses that need family furniture. So that's our hope to see you. And thank you, guys, JP and Nick. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I don't know if you realized it, but I think you just came up with, if that what already wasn't, the best line in furniture right there. Tandem Home. The sweet spot of furniture.
Sweet spot. Yeah.
I like it.
I think Tandem Home, sweet spot. Maybe a rebrand. No, we got it. Tandem it is.
That's in the 5 of the 1,000 that might
Rebranding
work.
is an expensive process.
Kidding. We'll just make it a tagline then. All right, everyone. He is Dan Shaddox, owner of Tandem Home. Come check this place out. It's beautiful. I'm looking right past the camera here into a showroom floor of literally, I want all the couches. But and I was miffed if you watch the whole episode. Apparently, I'm not getting that couch. But then I worked my way back into a couch by offering my film. We'll talk about that later. If you are watching on the YouTube, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Make sure you like up, subscribe, comment, do all the things. If you are listening on an audio version, wherever you may be, thank you. Please follow us there as well, whether it's Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, wherever you get them. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Nick, you got something?
I do. Check out our brother podcast, the Rockstar Dad podcast, with our buddies Jarrett and Gary from Bowling for Soup, anywhere you get podcasts.
Absolutely. Boom.
All right.
And thanks to our sponsors, KTVL, Fox 26, our Lions Not Sheep.
Lions Not Sheep, Redcon 1, and Bucked Up Energy.
Yeah, dude, I met a guy at Bucked Up. Actually, I didn't. Jen did. This is a quick story that I swear I'm going to want this podcast. It was my son. I think he was somewhere, They're at a store. Is Bucked Up's an energy drink?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we saw the energy drink, and I guess a guy was either delivering it or worked there or was doing demo. Who knows what it was? But Sawyer pointed out, he goes, "Oh, Bucked Up, my dad does DADCAST." And he goes, "Oh, is your dad the guy that walks around like this?" And I'm like, no, he has a beard. He's like, yeah, my dad's got a beard too. He's like, "Oh, well, he kind of walked like," yeah, that was Nick. He's saying how you walk, you've got to walk with you, man.
Yeah.
It was funny, and I laughed, and I said, nope, that's my
what happens
co-host.
when you have big muscles.
Yes, exactly. There you have.
Saying.
So thank you to all you guys. We appreciate you. And Dan, man, thanks for coming on and bearing with us during this episode, man.
Fantastic. I'm super grateful. This was amazing fun. Thank you.
Absolutely. We'll see you all next week. Once again, thanks for your support. We love you all. See ya. As promised, a quick tour of Tandem Home.